Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Auburn University's Spring Commencement Ceremony. Please rise for the processional.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Auburn University's Spring 2021 Commencement Address and Graduate School Ceremony. We will begin today's ceremony with the presentation of the colors. Gentlemen, please remove your headdress for the presentation of the colors and the singing of our national anthem. Please remain standing. March on the colors. Faith Elizabeth Walker, who is working on her Bachelor of Music in Vocal Performance, will lead us in the singing our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, state us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You. Retire the colors. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Auburn University's president, Dr. Jay Gouge.
Thank you. This is certainly a great day in the life of Auburn University. It's a great day in each of your lives, and I'm honored to be able to share it with you. On behalf of the entire Auburn family, I want to welcome you to our commencement address and graduate ceremony today. I'm going to introduce some members of the platform party. We'll recognize others later, but if I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Mrs. Elizabeth Huntley, Auburn University Board of Trustees. Dr. Bill Hargrave, Provost, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, and serves as our Master of Ceremonies today. Dr. Bobby Woodard, Senior Vice President for Student Affairs. Mr. John Morris, Senior Vice President for Advancement. Ms. Gretchen Van Valkenburg, Vice President for the Alumni Affairs, and Executive Director of the Auburn Alumni Association. Dr. Taffy Benton Clayton, Associate Provost, Vice President for Inclusion and Diversity. Dr. James Wahenmeyer, Vice President for Research and Economic Development. Ms. Regina Sanders, President of the Auburn Alumni Association. Mr. Kenneth Kelly, Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, First Independence Bank, an Auburn alumnus, and he will be our commencement speaker today. Mr. John Wagner, Secretary to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Yali Zhang, Dean of the Libraries, Dr. Maria Witt, Associate Dean for Graduate School, Professor in the Adult Education, College of Education, Dr. Don Mulvaney, Associate Professor of Animal Science, and serves as the University Senate Chair, Lieutenant Colonel Nathaniel Conkey, Commanding Officer, ROTC, Captain Matthew Roberts, Commanding Officer, Navy ROTC, Lieutenant Colonel Charles McMullen, Commanding Officer, Air Force ROTC, Dr. Eric Wetzel, Assistant Professor in the McWhorter School of Building Science and is today's Mace Bearer. Dr. Jefferson Jones, Associate Professor, School of Accountancy. He's graduation marshal today. Mr. Rick Smith, lecturer in the School of Communications and Journalism, and this week's commencement announcer. Mr. Steve Geis, interpreter for the deaf in the Office of Accessibilities. Let's have a round of applause for these special people. Thank you. Be seated. I'd like all of our candidates for graduation to please stand up. Candidates, will you please say thank you to all your friends that are here today? Thank you. Be seated. To our students, we're very proud of you. We value your determination, your sacrifice, your discipline, your intelligence, and that special Auburn spirit. You've earned a valuable degree that will help you both professionally and personally. You're joining a special family of Auburn graduates today. Since our beginnings in 1856, more than 300,000 degrees have been awarded. This spring, we add another 4,606 that will receive degrees at the professional, doctoral, master's, and the baccalaureate level. Congratulations to each of you, and War Eagle.
It is an honor for me to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker, prominent banking executive, philanthropist, and Auburn alumnus, Kenneth Kelly. A native of Eufaula, Alabama, Mr. Kelly earned his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Auburn in 1990. He is currently the chairman and chief executive officer of First Independence Bank of Detroit, the seventh largest African-American controlled bank in the country, and chairman of Mack Leasing, a Michigan-based and minority-owned equipment lease company. He also served on the FDIC Advisory Committee on Community Banking, sits on the American Bankers Association Board of Directors, and recently completed a 3-year term on the Federal Reserve Bank's 7th District Community Depository Institution Advisory Council. Throughout his career, Mr. Kelly has attained several noteworthy achievements and awards. In 2018, he was awarded the Distinguished Auburn Engineer Award, an honor that has been given to less than 150 alumni out of the more than 35,000 engineering graduates over the past 50 years. That same year, he was presented with the Spirit of Detroit Award by the Detroit City Council. More recently, Mr. Kelly was inducted into the prestigious State of Alabama Engineering Hall of Fame. He has been included in the Birmingham Business Journal's Top 40 Under 40 and has been recognized for his leadership in Georgia by the Henry County Chamber, Council for Quality Growth, and the 100 Black Men of Atlanta volunteer organization. Mr. Kelly is a true Auburn man who puts our institution's values into action every day, and he is proof that working hard and following your passions can lead to great success. We are honored to have him with us today to offer words of inspiration and congratulations to our spring graduates. Please join me in welcoming Kenneth Kelly.
War Eagle. War Eagle. War Eagle. As I progress today, if you hear me say War Eagle, you must join me for the other two. Let's try that again. War Eagle. War Eagle. War Eagle. Provost Bill Hargrave, thank you for that gracious introduction. To President Googe, Liz Huntley, and the remaining Board of Trustee members, Regina Sanders, President of the National Alumni Association, Dean Chris Roberts of the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering, where I serve as Chairman of the Engineering Council. I thank all of you for having me to participate in this prestigious ceremony today. Your invitation reminds me of something Ambassador Andrew Young stated to me in 2017. If you ever see a turtle on a fence post, someone put it there. That's a polite way of saying that I wasn't smart enough to dream about being on this podium today. So let me say that again. Thank you. Everything that I reflect on today is intended to be about the period of my life between undergrad and my early career with the lens of experience to meet you right where you are, graduates. So to the graduates of the class of 2021, your families and friends, congratulations. Based on the graduation percentage, some of you had this day in mind 4 years ago. Some of you were more like me and you had more like 5 or 6 years in mind. But what is important, irrespective of the time that it took for you to get here, you are here in one of the nation's greatest venues, about to become another layer of our family that is everlasting. As we know, one of the greatest traditions in all of college football is watching our Eagles take flight in pre-game festivities. It is a ceremony unlike anything else in the world. And today, via this ceremony, during a pandemic, you're about to live up to the eminent charge of my speech, Flight from the Nest. A nest is a place of refuge that allows for its subjects to grow, to gain the strength and skills for independence. There are two nests that I would like to reflect on today: your home or where you grew up, and secondly, the nest from which we have achieved the strength to fly from today, our beloved Auburn University. Most importantly, and like most nests, it is a place to come back to give back to, and to honor through your legacy. A legacy is something that will last because it is based upon values and principles that are everlasting. Real success is where your contributions matter to others more than it matters to yourself. It is a mindset where you believe in we, not me. Remember, it takes 11 teammates to score a touchdown. I stand here before you because of us. I had parents who loved me. In fact, Janice Smith Kelly, my late mother, prayed for me, and my sister Shawn Kelly Cord, class of 1993. Along with my grandparents, uncles, aunts, and a nurturing education community from Rebecca Comer, Admiral Moore, and Eufaula High. Many of you have similar stories that I know about, to include some graduating today for the second time with advanced degrees. Vonnie Stone, Hunter Thomas, Emily Wood Traylor, Kim Johnson, and some graduating for the first time: Auburn cheerleader Miracle Scott, Catherine Smith, my alpha brother Keenan Strong, and former SGA president Ada Ruth Huntley, along with many more of you. These types of relationships embody the strength you gain in the nest when you're engaged. Auburn has been a nest for each of you, whether you studied engineering, business, education, or liberal arts, to name a few. Like a young eagle, to fly from the nest you need the virtues or values of what I call the 3 C's: confidence, challenges, and character. War Eagle, War Eagle, War Eagle. Confidence, firm trust, not arrogance. You will need it to execute your goals and to support your resolve in the face of adversity. You will need people in your life to support your confidence as mentors, because life is a team sport, just like football. There will be times you'll be playing offense and times you will be playing defense in life. Always remember, the loudest cheers come of being in the most challenging situations where you need the most confidence, whether that is a kick 6 or a prayer in Jordan hair. Always remember, it is the wind in the face of the eagle that allows it to soar effortlessly higher beyond the risk of pesky birds. Challenges, testing of your skills and abilities. You must continue to challenge yourself if you expect to grow. Auburn has challenged you, and you have risen to the occasion and demonstrated the work ethic and skills needed for success. Like most of you, many of us remember that one course where you made the lowest test grade during your college studies. By the way, if your lowest test grade is an 89 or higher, you may want to skip out on the rest of this discussion. That low test score for me was in electromagnetics. I knew there was a problem when the teacher would call a name and then he would double fold the test before he handed it to the student. That was an old school form of called embarrassment security. The good news was that the class as a whole met that low bar, and ultimately the instructor allowed the equivalent of a retake of that test. But what I want to share with you from that experience is that test taught us teamwork. When we got into the hallway after class, Bobby, Susan, Alan, Cliff, and I became great study partners. The reason that I bring that up is that I did not have another class at Auburn where I did not know who was the smartest kid in the class. And I apply that philosophy to life. But going forward on a daily basis, there may not be an actual test, lab, or pop quiz for you to learn these crucial lessons. You will be graded on the consecutive efforts of your daily behaviors, results, and just as important, teamwork. Therefore, you should begin challenging yourself to a standard that you can be proud of, which will become your legacy. Character, mental and moral qualities to keep with a pattern of behavior. Your character reflects what you value. You will need courage to exhibit it. In the essence of being the Auburn Creed, by answering, who are you? And most importantly, how will you contribute to the Auburn legacy? I must share with you that what you have read about me or heard about me is a listing of things that I have done or accomplished. What I want to do is take a short moment to tell you a little bit about what's most important, who I am. My nest was created in Eufaula, Barber County, Alabama, where I have more than 4 generations of ancestors whose remains lie within a 25-mile radius going back to the early 1800s. It is a family knitting based on hard work, love, and unconditional support, where giving is a part of living. Those blue-collar values align with our creed and land-grant mission. So what do you do when you've acquired confidence, you've engaged challenges, and refined your character? The answer is remarkably simple. Be grateful. It is my belief that you cannot be great without being grateful. As Hezekiah Walker stated, flowing from my heart are the issues of my heart. It's gratefulness. Dr. King said it best by quoting scripture that he who is among you shall be your servant. He who is greatest among you shall be your servant. I recall one of my humble moments my senior year on May 9, 1990, when this great institution awarded me the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Award for my devotion to the service of others. I am grateful because it reaffirmed my compass to serve in preparing to leave Auburn's nest some 30 years ago. Another demonstrated example is the story of my mother, Janice Kelly, who on a Sunday afternoon at Mary Lane Hall, about 2 housing dorms east of where we are, I'm grateful that she cried as she was leaving her son, who was flying from her nest to our home, from our home to this nest here at Auburn University. That cry was a sound of emotion that I cannot describe, nor had I ever heard in before my 18 years of living at that point in time, but it connoted to me that something special was about to happen, and I think many of you mothers over here understand what I'm talking about. I've come to recognize that it's only something that a mother would understand. Her impact was on my motivation to ensure that my flight from Auburn would be successful. The beauty of that cry was a joy in her smile, along with my late great-grandmother, Hester Cobb Fortson, and my late father, John Kelly III, that was demonstrated upon my graduation and the graduation of my sister in 1993 before my mother's passing in 1995. For that, I am grateful. I challenge you graduates to demonstrate to your loved ones your gratefulness today. You should consider giving a War Eagle hug in a socially responsible way and a Gappy Love hug of 12 seconds, which is the time that it takes Aria to fly from the upper deck, soar over the Auburn family, and land at midfield as we have so often celebrated. Because today is special, and graduation is a moment to memorialize this occasion in a special way. In closing, you have the 3 C's: confidence, challenges, and character to take flight from this nest. Again, my charge to you is to remember as you fly from this nest today, to remember that this nest is a place to come back to give back to, and to honor through your legacy. I would love to hear from each of you as graduates who are listed in this program over the 3 C's, and you can reach me on kennethkelly.us. Today, your legacy begins as a layer in the Auburn alumni, and it is an honor to welcome you into this great family, reflecting on the creed that focuses on work, hard work, in education, in honesty, in a sound mind, in obedience to law, in the human touch, and in our country. I want you to know that Auburn University believes in you, and yes, we love it. So as Tiger, Nova, Spirit, and Aria have done so many times on this hollow ground, I want the graduates to stand to honor the metaphorical flight via this ceremony. Because the time has come for each of you to take flight from the nest. Join me in a 3 call out of War Eagle. War Eagle, War Eagle, War Eagle. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly, for your inspiring remarks. Now it is a pleasure to recognize several groups of undergraduate graduating students who are graduating with academic honors. For those who may be with us this evening, later on we will honor the graduate students. First, I'd like to recognize those students graduating with honors based on their cumulative grade point averages. Students who may be here with us this evening with a grade point average between 3.4 and 3.59 graduate cum laude, and I ask our cum laude degree candidates to rise and be recognized. You may be seated. Students with a grade point average of 3.6 to 3.79 graduate magna cum laude, and I ask our magna cum laude degree candidates to rise and be recognized. You may be seated. Students with a grade point average of 3.8 and above graduate summa cum laude, and I ask our summa cum laude degree candidates to rise and be recognized. You may be seated. 1979 marked the beginning of the honors program at Auburn University. In 1998, that program became the Honors College. Would all those who have earned a distinction within the Honors College please rise and be recognized? You may be seated. I would also like to recognize our military service members. Would all active duty and veteran service members in the audience, as well as our graduates who have been commissioned into our military services, please stand. Thank you for your service to our country. Please be seated. Each semester, an undergraduate is selected by the academic leadership to represent his or her respective college or school. To be considered, a student must have completed a minimum of 60 hours, have an unadjusted GPA of 3.4 or higher, possess qualities of leadership, citizenship, character, and the promise of professional ability. I now ask the Dean of Agriculture to come forward and present their student marshal, Dean Paul Patterson, College of Agriculture.
Would Anna Beth Freeman please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the College of Agriculture, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Anna Beth Freeman. Anna Beth is from Dothan, Alabama, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Animal Science and a minor in business. Anna Beth is an exemplary student and was a member of Ag Ambassadors, Ag Peer Mentors, Alpha Delta Pi, ODK, Mortarboard, and Block and Bridle. She plans to stay in Auburn and complete her professional degree in veterinary medicine. Please join me in congratulating Anna Beth Freeman.
Dean Vinnie Nathan, College of Architecture, Design, and Construction.
Would Emily Sykes please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the College of Architecture, Design, and Construction, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Emily Sykes. Emily is from Birmingham, Alabama, and she is receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design. During her time at Auburn, Emily has immersed herself in several creative endeavors that have demonstrated her lifelong passion for the arts. She is a fifth-generation Auburn graduate. Emily was involved in CADC ambassadors and in UKirk campus ministries. After graduation, Emily plans to continue working with her current internship with Hardley Tech, based out of Dallas, Texas. Please join me in congratulating Emily Sykes.
Dean Annette Ramph, Raymond J. Harbert College of Business.
Would Ahil Salim Makhani please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Ahil Salim Makhani. Ahil is from Birmingham, Alabama, and is receiving his Bachelor's of Science in Supply Chain Management. Throughout his time at Auburn, Ahil had the opportunity to be involved in some amazing organizations, including serving as a Camp War Eagle counselor, as a member of the organization's board, Emerge at Auburn, the SGA Lobby Board, and Auburn's chapter of College Democrats. After graduation, Ahil will be moving to Savannah, Georgia, to work as an operations manager with Target and plans to work on his master's degree in business administration. Please join me in congratulating Ahil Makani.
Dean Jeffrey Fairbrother, College of Education.
Would Saijim Garcia please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the College of Education, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Saijim Garcia. Saijim is from Canton, Georgia, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Rehabilitation and Disability Studies. She completes her internship with the Braveheart Center for Place and Purpose program this spring and will begin her doctorate program in the Occupational Therapy program at Texas Women's University this fall. Please join me in congratulating Saijim Garcia.
Dean Christopher Roberts, Samuel Ginn College of Engineering.
Would Hannah Bryan please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering, I'd like to introduce our student marshal, Hannah Bryan. Hannah's from Trussville, Alabama, and is receiving a Bachelor of Chemical Engineering degree. She has worked as an undergraduate research assistant in the Lipke Lab, focusing on cardiac tissue engineering. She has also completed a co-op experience with GE Aviation and has participated in various student organizations, including the Biomedical Engineering Society, Alpha Omega Epsilon, and Omega Chi Epsilon, the Chemical Engineering Honor Society. Upon her graduation from Auburn, Hannah plans to pursue her doctoral degree in biological engineering at Vanderbilt University. Please join me in congratulating Hannah.
Dean Janaki Olivatapati, School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences.
Would Robert Sides please stand? On behalf of the faculty and staff in the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Robert Sides. Robert is from Pelham, Alabama, and is receiving his Bachelor of Science in Forestry. During his time at Auburn, Robert was a member of the Forest, Environment, and Wildlife Leadership Academy. He also served as Vice President of the Auburn chapter of Society of American Forests and was a member of the school's Wildland Fire Club. He currently serves in the Alabama Army National Guard's 20th Special Forces Group. He is a forest landowner with the hopes of restoring his property as a pine plantation and family recreational site. Following graduation, Roberts plans to work as a forester in the Cahaba region of Alabama and has accepted a position with the Forest Resources of the Westervelt Company. Please join me in congratulating Robert Sides.
Dean Susan Hubbard, College of Human Sciences.
Would Mary Michelle Stokes please stand? On behalf of the College of Human Sciences, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Mary Michelle Stokes. Mary Michelle is from Jemison, Alabama, and is graduating with a dual degree in apparel merchandising, design and production management, and business administration. During her time at Auburn, Mary Michelle was a member of Kappa Omicron Nu within the College of Human Sciences, served as an undergraduate teaching assistant, an ambassador for the College of Human Sciences, and completed a professional internship in her field. Mary Michelle's service to Auburn is especially impressive, In addition to her academic achievements, Mary Michelle also served on the executive board of her sorority and chosen for the top 20 Miss Auburn and top 20 Miss Homecoming, served as a project coordinator for Impact, volunteered with the Big Event, and was a member of several honor societies, including Phi Kappa Phi. After graduation, she will begin her new job as an assistant buyer with Neiman Marcus as part of their 2021 Executive Development Program. She will also begin pursuing her Master of Business Administration. Please join me in congratulating Mary Michelle Stokes.
Dean Joseph Astrup, College of Liberal Arts.
Would Amelia Grace please stand? On behalf of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Amelia Grace Hill. Amelia Grace is from Hoover, Alabama, and is receiving a Bachelor's of Arts in Spanish and a Bachelor's of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies with concentrations in Business, Office Systems Management, and Philosophy. She was involved in the Auburn University Marching and Concert Bands, Tau Beta Sigma National Band Service Sorority, Auburn Band Partners Programs, the Spanish Club, the Auburn Christian Student Center, the Auburn University Swing Dance Association. In addition, she was a member of the Honors College, Lambda Sigma National Honor Society, Phi Kappa Phi, and the Delta Sig Pi National Collegiate Hispanics Honor Society. She also worked as a research assistant in the Language, Attention, and Memory Lab. After graduation, she would be serving as a Fulbright English teaching assistant in Spain for a year and will then pursue a master's in Hispanic linguistics at the University of Arizona. Please join me in congratulating Amelia Grace Hill.
Dean Greg Dushwander, School of Nursing.
Would Ann Nelson please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the School of Nursing, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Ann Nelson. Ann is from Madison, Alabama, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing with a minor in dance. After becoming paralyzed in a car accident in 2016, she spent many months in rehab at the Shepherd Center in Atlanta and continues to work on her recovery to this day. After returning to Auburn, Ann decided to accept the challenge of finishing her dance minor and applying to the School of Nursing while primarily using a wheelchair to get around. A true example of her grit and determination, Ann has performed as a soloist and an ensemble dancer in several Auburn University spring dance concerts and at numerous American College Dance Association conferences. She received the 2018 Showcase Award for Outstanding Creative Research and Scholarship from the College of Liberal Arts for her solo choreography performance titled Unpaved. She also presented her research on dance anatomy titled The Core, Muscles of the Spine at the 2018 This Is Research Students Symposium and at the 2017 National Dance Education Organization Conference. After graduation, Ann plans to work as a nurse in the post-anesthesia care unit. She hopes to further her education to integrate dance and alternative healthcare practices by pursuing advanced certification in dance and movement therapy methods. Please join me in congratulating Ann Nelson.
Dean Richard Hansen, Harrison School of Pharmacy.
Would Chow Lee please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the Harrison School of Pharmacy, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Chow Lee. Chow is from Hubei, China, and is receiving his doctorate in health outcomes research and policy at the pharmacy commencement ceremony on Monday. Chow earned his master's degree from Xiamen University in 2013 and Auburn University in 2016. His research interests include combining novel machine learning methods and pharmacoepidemiological approaches to explore drug safety and cancer population modeling and prediction. His dissertation topic assesses risk and risk factors for fluoropyrimidine-induced cardiotoxicity among colorectal cancer survivors using a mixed method approach. During his time at Auburn, Chow was a member of the International Society for Pharmacoeconomics and Outcomes Research student chapter. After graduation, he plans to become a data scientist and health outcomes researcher in the pharmaceutical industry. Please join me in congratulating Chow.
Dean Nicholas Giordano, College of Sciences and Mathematics.
Would Grant Roger Wilkinson please stand? On behalf of the College of Sciences and Mathematics faculty, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Grant Roger Wilkinson. Grant is from Chelsea, Alabama, and is receiving his Bachelor of Science degrees in both chemistry and physics. During his time at Auburn, he was both a member and officer in Auburn's American Chemical Society and Society of Physics Students chapters. In addition to his success as a student, Grant has successfully leveraged his passions for learning and teaching into outreach events to help increase engagement in science. His membership in academic associations is impressive, as he has been involved in Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society, Sigma Pi Sigma Physics Honor Society, Phi Lambda Upsilon Chemistry Honor Society, the Honors College, the Auburn Affiliate Chapter of the American Chemical Society, the Auburn University Chapter of the Society of Physics Students, and the Auburn University Trombone Choir. After graduation, he will enter the doctoral program in chemistry at Georgia Tech. Please join me in congratulating Grant Wilkinson.
Dean Calvin Johnson, College of Veterinary Medicine.
Would Saba Omir please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the College of Veterinary Medicine, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Saba Omir. Saba is a dentist from Islamabad, Pakistan, and is earning a Master of Science degree today, leading to a doctorate in biomedical sciences this summer. Dr. Omir is studying cannabinoid receptors, the anti-cancer effects of cannabinoids alone and in combination with chemotherapeutic drugs, and the molecular mechanisms of their anti-cancer effects. Based in the Department of Anatomy, Physiology, and Pharmacology, her work also engages colleagues in departments of pathobiology, Department of Clinical Sciences, and the Harrison School of Pharmacy. Dr. Omir is active in the American Association of Cancer Research and International Cannabinoid Research Society, and has represented Auburn University at various local, national, and international platforms to present her research findings. In addition to her academic activities, Dr. Omir has served as the president of the Biomedical Sciences Graduate Program, and also Vice President of the Pakistan Student Association. After graduation, she plans to continue her dissertation research and earn a doctoral degree. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Saba Amir.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. We now come to the conferring of the undergraduate degrees. Would all undergraduate degree candidates with us today please rise? Trustee Huntley and President Gouge, on behalf of all the colleges and schools at Auburn University, it is my pleasure to present these students for the conferral of the bachelor's degree.
War Eagle. War Eagle. So, with a daughter in this class, I know quite a few of you, so impressed with all of you, and particularly proud of all of you. And let me just say on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the Alumni Association, welcome to our family of alumni. I'm so proud of you all. So by virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Please be seated.
Congratulations to all the undergraduates whose degrees were conferred tonight and will be presented during the commencement ceremonies tomorrow. Undergraduates and families, we look forward to seeing you during your individual college or school ceremony tomorrow. We will now begin our graduate school ceremony. The families of our doctorals, students, and our master's candidates are invited to move down to the field at this time if you wish. We are honored that you can join us today in celebrating this wonderful occasion. Congratulations to our graduate students, our newest doctoral and master's students who will be recognized tonight. At this time, I would like to ask Dean George Flowers of the Graduate School to please come forward.
Welcome, graduate students, to the Spring 2021 Graduate School Commencement Ceremony. Wow, the time has come for you to receive your degrees. The past year has been a challenging year for so many people across our country and around the world. The events of the past year have forever changed us, but I firmly believe that we will emerge from this time a better, stronger, and more unified nation. A brighter, better day for all of us is just ahead. As graduate students, you have been especially faced with many challenges, and you have persevered. This has been a critical time in your educational experience, and you have emerged triumphant. Today, we celebrate you and your accomplishments as Auburn University graduate students. You're certainly part of a historic time for our institution. You're part of both the largest graduate student body in Auburn history, more than 5,000 students, and also part of the largest graduating class in Auburn history, 5,401. We have indeed come a long way from our humble beginnings in 1856. I first offer my thanks to each of you. Graduate students are an essential part of Auburn's programs and help define our research, instruction, and outreach missions. We are one of the few institutions in the past year that have continued its research and outreach efforts almost without pause. This accomplishment is due in many ways to you. dedicated students and scholars determined to continue doing great work in what has become to be called the new normal. You have also had to transition over just a few days from teaching and taking classes face-to-face to learning remotely. In many cases, you then had to transition back to face-to-face environments in the fall and spring while keeping the necessary safety procedures in place. You continued research, outreach, and clinical activities in a very challenging environment, continuing to positively impact the lives of others during this time, helping those that depend upon all of us so very much. Many of you have done all of this while balancing the added responsibilities of caring for loved ones, both young and old, in a time of great uncertainty. For this, you have our utmost respect and admiration. You have demonstrated resolve and commitment against tremendous odds. I believe that George Petrie's words in the Auburn Creed provide a particularly apt description of what you have shown, a spirit that is not afraid. We are so very proud of all of you. Graduates, you made it. Congratulations, War Eagle. At this time, on behalf of the faculty and the graduate school, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Alicia Harkless. Alicia is from Tuskegee, Alabama. She is receiving her doctorate of philosophy in adult education. Alicia holds a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice and political science from Troy University, and a master's in public administration and adult education, also from Troy. She is a new member of Phi Kappa Phi and was recently selected by the Graduate Student Council as one of Auburn University's outstanding mentors for 2020-21. Following graduation, Alicia plans to continue her current role as an instructional designer in the College of Engineering at Auburn University and an adjunct instructor at Troy University. Please join me in congratulating Alicia Harkness. Now, would all the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy please rise or remain standing? Trustee Huntley, President Googe, and Provost Hargrave, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these doctoral candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the doctoral degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
The Doctor of Philosophy is the highest degree awarded in the Academy of Universities. The Doctor of Audiology is the highest degree, clinical degree awarded in that field. Part of the tradition associated with the awarding of these degrees is a special ceremony involving the presentation of a doctoral hood. Would the major professors of the doctoral candidates please escort your graduate to the stage to be hooded as Professor Smith calls their name. Members of the graduate committee will direct you to the stage.
Dr. Alicia Harkless. Hooded by Maria Whitty. Dr. Jamila Page. Dr. Riley Bewley. Dr. Edna Fernandez Figueroa. Dr. Amy Hetton. Dr. Abby Storr McCann. Dr. Ashley Higgins. Dr. Jai Shu. Dr. Francesca Mowry. Dr. Caleb Peterson. Dr. Jing Wu. Dr. Rafid Hassan. Dr. Abdullah Fahim. Dr. Anjanea Bandekar. Dr. Benham Russillian. Dr. Yang Hu. Dr. Nima Alizada. Dr. David Patillo. Dr. Eleni Pereira. Dr. Michael Coogan. Dr. Ellen Harges. Dr. Bamidele Jimaniwa. Dr. Vivek Patel. Dr. Harsha Galkanda. Dr. Xiao Reis. Dr. Anthony Abade. Dr. Lindsay Horn. Dr. John Vaughn. Dr. Donald Lamb. Dr. Rangji Lee. Dr. Priscilla Aina. Dr. Megan Phillips. Dr. Ann Gully. Dr. Ali Rushdie. Isuri Arathna. Dr. Radini Desainai. Dr. Ethan Heedy. Dr. Carlin Vandenberg. Dr. Alexandria Combs. Dr. Raja Karuna, Udi Raja Karuna. Dr. Clarence J.C. Stewart IV. Dr. Sigige Zamani Rasare. Dr. Lena Felder. Dr. Amy Thornton. Dr. Tyler Weldon. Dr. Leslie Grill. Dr. Naget Ahmed. Dr. Taylor Kerr. Dr. Hannah Johnson. Dr. Jelani Johnson. Dr. Emily Naud. Dr. Erin Westbrook. Dr. Brandy Davis. Dr. Kirsten Clifton. Dr. Lindsay Leonard. Dr. Taylor Hine. Dr. Omer Khan. Dr. Diego Gomez Maldonado. Dr. Jianling Hao. Dr. Brandon Ray. Dr. Ricardo Stockler. Dr. Renee Tucker. Dr. Laura Gomez Arias. Dr. James Luck. Dr. Christopher Farrell. Dr. Martin Leonard. Dr. Robert Glasscock. Dr. Brady McNeil.
Please join me in congratulating these new doctoral graduates. Now, would all the candidates for education specialist and master's degrees please rise or remain standing? Trustee Huntley, President Googe, and Provost Hardgrave, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these master's and specialist candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the master's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Graduates will come forward as Professor Smith calls your name. Members of the graduation committee will direct you to the stage. Congratulations.
Seba Omer. Benjamin Magar. Matthew Castleberry. Olivia Barrett. Corey Subasic. Malaya Campbell. Kristen Vera. Courtney Harris. Brittany Bowling. Elizabeth Brown. Linda Gibson Young. Tara Ward. Margaret Berry. Nicholas Burgess. Fumba Y. Kylie Miller. Jianchu Shu. Cameron Swain. Caitlin Durrell. Catherine Ruth Sasser. Victoria Provo. Dave Andreo Lutuni. Activanas Facunbar. Rick Antu Nguyen. Maria Regina Jaga. Marilana Trinche. Jacqueline Manante. Bob Sesick. Francis Loyo Rosado. Adriana Clark. Valeria Herrera. Erin Hurd. Jacqueline Wallace. Juan Aristizabal. Maria del Pilar Zaraga Salazar. Romina Alejandra Delgado Tobar. Luis Jose Loaizo Pinto. Kylie Carter. Anna Sunday. Haley Lindbergh. Hannah Gladish. Brittany Rowe. Rebecca Michaels. Margaret Murchison. Haley Lyle. Macy Johnson. William Stites. Tia Chastain. Miranda Hall. Mikhail Parkinson. David Allen. Holly Nichols. Dakota Nichols. John Severe. Dua Ali. Carlos Alvos Matus. Hanin Ganayan. Joshua Rabelais. Joan Morris. Neil Miller. Thomas Atkins. Caleb Nunez. Zachary Marquis. David Ramos. Glenn Gray. Kevin Boyett. Albert Groover. Kristen McIntyre. Leah Love. Daniel Rodriguez. Joshua Singleton. Franquinetta Bailey. Jacob Ward. Allie Champness. Wendy McLean. Francis Gully. Jerry Wisdom. Andrew Vincent. Kelly Holler. Ashley Griffin. Jennifer Hasty. Joshua Jones. Caitlin Vasquez. Claire Ingram. Donna Woods. Haley Stanford. Melissa Norton. Taylor Abernathy. Ryan Brocker. Brittany Pell. Aline Wilmore. Haven Cashwell. Lucas Monroe. Rafael Sanchez Cohen. Bianca Toledo. Rebecca Ponte Ochoa. Francisco Cantero Soriano. Marina Isabel Grimal Basarte. Laura Jimenez Caratano. Christopher Garner. Justin Garner. Matt Holly. Samantha Forbes. Miles McAtee. Shivani Rangari. Alisa Mobley. Callista Beaumont. Jennifer Kang. Raymond Inman. Max Chandler. Spencer Nelson. Julia McClendon. Red King. Jonathan Hay. David Wheeler. Josh Heinz. Graham Provost. Jessica Wilson. Naomi O'Donnell. Courtney Walker. Elana Vogel. Emily Traylor. James Forbes. Elliot Turbyville. Matthew Strawn. Whitman Warner. Jim Cooley. Slade Young. Amy Rhodes. Graham Denayo. Alberto Gilbert Tabernero. Yvonne Andrew Rascon. Emily Johnson. Marissa Poole. Christopher Pang. Christopher Huchter. Kevin Cornelius. Caitlin Bellotti. Joshua Owens. Nathan Herrick. Brian Barentine. Jennifer Sconyers. Michael Looney. Brandon Yassis. Catherine French. Raven Roberts. Shu Hao Ma. Kelly Turner. Ashley Romans. Michael Simulton. Tiffany Mickelson. Mary Shirley Howell. Min Xiao. William Clark. Matthew Hearn. Vibhav Rattare. Harris Griffith. Carrie Pinke. Matthew Bynum. Matthew Smithson. Autumn Valine. John Van Wagnen. Misty Myers. Deborah Acevedo Bustamante. Zachary Jones. James Fox. Haley Walters. Eli Russell. Ashley Ray. Ji Yang. Ye Lin. Megan Thompson. Megan Thompson. Randy Wright. Janae Nelson. Christopher Blackwell. Mary Cunningham. Elizabeth Whitley. Hao Anchen. Carly Banks. Sarah Holland. Francis Patrick. Gina Watley. Deshae Presley. Natalie Phipps. Alex Williams. Parker Evans. Charles Deitch. Jared Jackson. Brent DeAngelis. Shelley Flanagan. Emily Sink. Zayu Chen. Yan Wu. Ruhan Yao. Suzanne Marmond. Ashley Anderson. Lydia Lindsay. Amy Etheridge. Hope Dabney. Carolyn Cizaninko. Helena Bush. Lauren Nordberg. Rachel Miller. Stephanie McDaniel. Javo Chu. Shuo Liang. Zhirong Li. Latasha Page. Pravalinka Suryadevara. Amy Jensen. Madeline Albritton. Madison Pugh. Lydia Waters. Seth Bayless. Alyssa Beatty. Natalie Blazard. Nolan Daniel. Elizabeth Hess. Alexandra Frank. Rachel Strength. Dana Dixon. Veronica Baez Sullivan. Kim Johnson. Tori Sane. Brandon Jones. Robert Allen. Laura Caroline Richards. Carrie Holt. Mary Kate Pear. Grace Mitchell. Aaliyah Prater. Reagan Washington. Margaret McGinty. Skylar Mulison. Hannah Powell. Hannah Lee. Lindsay Young. Caroline Gentle. Amy Strong. Brooke Bailey. Shail Patel. Akewandi Olawasel Ife. Stephen Wilson. Justin Swift. Charles Payne. William Jones.
Good. Where are you going?
James Ware. Lawrence de Guzman. Michael Bubar. Ryan Hollingsworth. David Gaffney. Mackenzie Deal. Benjamin Dawson. Courtney Willis.
Do it! Do it! Come on, man. You gotta give him the kiss.
Connor Sharpton. Thomas Miller. Ashlyn O'Neill. Caroline Willis. Caroline Parker. Thomas Miner. Nicholas Tomlinson. Bailey Womack. Morgan Duncan. Anna Mixon. Colby McKenzie. Lauren Allison. Fiona Mand. Hannah Zent. Nanjo.
Hang on a second.
Anna Underwood. Sarah Seiski. Mallory Byrne. Carolyn Cleveland. Lauren Turner. Hallie Hunt. Sarah Jones. Lanessa Napier. Barry Ty. Chase Townsend. Claire Roberts. Emily Williams.
Oh, there it is. Come on, bro.
Elizabeth Sandemeyer. Savannah Rainey. Hyungjin Yu. Narangirila. Hyazhang. Xinshu Wei. Daniela Elzy. Deshaun Tinsley. Stephen Bankson. Karen Shaju. Andrew Jennings. Kendall Newberry. Eric Schaefer. Taylor Wilson. Hadia Rorashi. Julia Brecker. Anissa Perkins. Hannah Edens. Melissa McCormick. Lexi Wallstrom. Alexis Roberts. Marcus Williams. Cindy Zugby. Sonia Camphor. Solomon David. Nikunj Parikh. Peyton Fennell. Arthur Maydell. Sarah Palowich. Asr Khattab. Daisy Day. Jordan Burks.
He just mouthed the whole time.
Claudia Miller.
I literally just saw him say, "Don't."
Nathan B. Asri Giannotti Sarmale. Edward Bethay. Alfred Cheatham. Crawford Rummel. Clara Hutton. Wilhelmus Schaefers. Kristen Davis. Caroline Carl. Letitia Scott. Lauren Downs. Rachel Wagnon. Jordan Cotney. Emily Hatcher. Haley Hamby. Tiffany Whittle. Alicia Prather. Tatka Penn. Latricia Stone. Mackenzie Langley. Hannah Connor. Sharice Burkowski. Brianna Houston. Eden Hengst. Destiny Stapleton. Sarah Bigley. Rebecca Roberts. Susie Green. Chelsea Brackett. Brianna Clark. Arian Tooley. Ashley Menora. Dorian Hines. Kate Asbury Larkin. John Drew. Larkin Crilly. Riley Carden. Anslyn Hall. Antoine Davis. Xin Xuan Chen. Preston Graben. Nicole Davis. Brianna France. Abigail Barron. Matthew Welk. Pamela Diggs. Jalen Williams. Cody Pearson. John Tree. Xijian Lin. Shu Ki-du. Yi Hong Lin. Mackenzie Warnick. Aranza Palencia Jasso. Joshua Holsey. Sarah McClure. Jordan Britton. Madison Keith. Elizabeth Pollard. Joseph Hines. Xiao Lu Li. Zhang Zhurong. Tai Boos. Daniel Filiatro. Lydia George. Noel Johnson. John McEwen. Judith Mendoza. Kate Hart. Michael Harris. Michael Ann Harbin. Lorna Sullivan. Lindsay Tullis. Nicholas Smith. Jesse Johns. Kenneth Wilson. Sarah Beans. Laura Collier. Zachary Wernick. Garrity Ward. Hunter Thomas. Rihanna Bolas. Callista Malone. Rebecca Scott. Krista Harrell. Amanda Jordan. Jayla Cummings. Elizabeth Hurley. Sahaji Anath. Katie Martin. Keenan Courier. Autumn Ramey. Catherine Athan Lee. Austin Harris. Rachel Volk. Ashley Stevens. Jesse Jordan. Savannah Kelly. Taylor McInerney. Melissa Dennis. Allison Fiorini. Jordan Church. Jared Dickey. Julia Matthews. Amanda Mallory. Alyssa Mueller. Morgan Webb. Alice Bailey. Yuan Chen Chen. Nancy Andu. Matthew Hardigree. Wilson Bowling. Lycian Barahona Sanchez. Rachel Jenkins. Kayla Cayley. Kelsey Anderson. Megan Brown. Matthew Judy. Folasadi Alankambi. Olaniki Kafiat Olamo. Oluchi Linda Atuvo. Yashush Japkoda. Monirul Hoke. Madison Cady. Adam Sportsman. Catherine Gradle. Caitlin Ivey. Seth Perry. Francesca Gerard. Patrick Kenna. Christian Anderson. Allison Cam.
Well, congratulations to our newest graduates. You are now members of the Auburn alumni family. At this time, I would like to ask Regina Sanders, President of the Auburn Alumni Association, to officially welcome you to this exceptional group. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Sanders.
Thank you. Thank you, Provost Hargrove. Congratulations and War Eagle to those of you who are left. Now that you've completed the academic requirements and earned your degree at Auburn University, you join a group of alumni who, like you, believe in work, hard work, honesty and truthfulness, and a spirit that is not afraid. Auburn University alumni have used their degrees to serve others better their communities, and succeed in ways they may have never imagined on the day that they wore their cap and gown. I have no doubt that each of you will do the same. You became a member of the Auburn family when you made the decision to attend Auburn University. You've made friends that will last a lifetime, greeted strangers on heyday, and rolled Toomer's Corner after a win. You studied, you played, and you belonged. Today, it is my honor to welcome you as the newest members of the Auburn Alumni Association. You have received an official Auburn alumni pin, which I hope you will wear often. Next month, you will receive an Alumni Association decal in the mail to proudly display. As you head out into the world, please remember that your Auburn Alumni Association is here to assist you in staying connected to Auburn University and to each other. Whether you stay in the loveliest village or move across continents, there are plenty of ways to stay close to Auburn University. I encourage you to the vast alumni network, to connect with the vast alumni network, and download the Alumni Association app, Forever AU, and find a local club or affiliate group. Stay in touch with your school or college, and once you're established, submit your alumni story to the Young Alumni blog. You can visit our website to explore numerous programs and services available to you, as well as read our Auburn magazine online. We welcome you again to your Auburn Alumni Association. As the president of the association, I am proud of each and every one of you and honored to share this special day. It is my hope that each of you will always believe in Auburn and love it. Congratulations, and War Eagle.
As we conclude our ceremony, please stand and join in the singing of the alma mater, led again by student Faith Elizabeth Walker.